Episode 55 Worlds Apart. Rishabh ended the call and stared up into the darkening sky. Shashi was very upset. She was still hoping that they could go to the pilgrimage on Sunday. But only Rishabh knew that the trip had been cancelled. He had used that money for the pilgrimage to pay up all the hospital bills. Meena would get discharged after a week. Her younger brother had promised to come and look after her. Rishabh sighed heavily and went inside the hospital. Meena and Rishabh were classmates and worlds apart. When Rishabh took admission in the first year of college, he saw the huge mega city for the first time. And Meena had never ever visited a village in her life so far. They got to know each other when they were teamed up on a project. Initially, Meena did not even notice Rishabh, but gradually his hard work and his intelligence couldn't go unnoticed. She started following his advice on how to collect data for the project and how to execute its hypothesis. The project finished in 3 months, but Rishabh and Meena felt that they had now embarked on a lifelong journey. They became inseparable. Jatin, Rishabh's best friend, warned him once. संभल के रहना बॉस, गांव और शहर न कभी दोस्त हुए हैं न होंगे. Don't reach a point of no return in your relationship with Meena. The result of this advice was that Rishabh began to avoid Jatin altogether. He personally believed that theirs was a jodi that would remain forever and forever. Rishabh learnt a lot from Meena. He learned how to dress up properly, how not to belch while in company, how to order in a restaurant, how to approach strangers for some help, how to use technology to one's advantage, and so much more. Rishabh was exposed to an entire new world of cuisines and eatables he didn't even know they existed. His food universe had comprised only of bhakri and bangan or ringan shak or dal and curry. But now he enjoyed Lebanese, Chinese, Mexican and even American delicacies. Meena for the first time understood in life what real love was. Without jealousy, without any biases, complete devotion and utmost sincerity. She understood simplicity for the first time. Rishabh's passion to read and improve himself was what appealed to Meena thoroughly. He understood that he was at a disadvantage as his level of exposure was quite limited. So he simply made extra efforts to read more and grasp more, a fact that pleased Meena to no end. However, as they entered the last year of their college, Rishabh's family in the village began to put pressure on him to come back home, get married to the girl they had already selected for him, and help his family in their small agrarian business. Rishabh couldn't even think of leaving Meena. They had become so much a part of each other's life. He wanted to stay back in the megacity and prepare for competitive exams. But man proposes and God disposes. All of Rishabh's appeals to let him stay on in the megacity fell on deaf ears. 2 of his elder brothers had already got to know about his affair with Meena, and they just didn't want a city-bred, independent-minded, highly educated girl to become part of their family. When Rishabh protested, his eldest brother caught him by the shirt collar and took him outside the house in the compound. Dekh, look at this. What do you see here? A house in the village. 2 floors, 5 rooms, just 1 single toilet and 1 single bathroom. Our ladies, Ma, your bhabis and your sisters, they don't mind getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning and finish their daily bathing before sunrise. शहर की लड़की कर सकेगी ये? Look closely at your bhabi there. वहां देख, just outside the compound wall. Pramila is washing clothes of the entire family. और आगे देख, वहां your sister and bhabi are washing the buffaloes and cleaning their shit. वो शहर वाली कर पाएगी ये? Look at our ma. She is making food for the entire family on this chulha here. We do have a gas connection, but सबको इसी लकड़ी पे खाना बना पसंद आता है. And ma makes it every day. And what will happen when we come to your house in the city? We normally sit on the floor, भाई. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा चारपाई या खाटले पे. If we are not able to sit properly on the expensive furniture that city people have, so will you and that girl be okay? For every small matter, our entire family gets together and we take a collective decision. ये शहर वालों की तरह हम अकेले कोई काम नहीं करते हैं ऋषभ. We had sent you from the village to the city to get some good education. वहां जाकर अपनी संस्कृति छोड़कर आने को नहीं बोला था तुझे. Each day as Rishabh's marriage date came closer, he was tormented by the thoughts of Meena. One night, he simply picked up his cell phone and typed a long message to her. Meena, when I close my eyes, it's just your face that floats in. I can't think of anyone else. You know what? I remember your fingers and your hands the most. They were so soft, so delicate. And when you would slowly feel my face with your fingers, moving them over my eyes, my nose, my lips, my cheeks, I felt as if I was in heaven. You remember when we met for Chandan's birthday in the canteen after the Diwali break? God, I couldn't take my eyes off you. And finally, when all that cake cutting and all got over and we hugged, it was magical, Meena, it was magical. I know we are worlds apart, but I simply cannot forget you. Shashi messages me every day to discuss the pre-wedding shoot and clothes and jewelry and footwear and accessories. But कोई मन ही नहीं होता है जवाब देने को यार. I don't know. How will I survive without you, Meenu? Rishabh, don't cry. Don't cry, Baba. I know what you're going through. But I'm here only, right here. मैं कहीं नहीं जाने वाली हूँ ऋषभ. I have known just one love in life, and that is you. Nobody can replace you ever, Rishabh. When I think of your marriage, seriously, मेरे मन के हजारों टुकड़े हो जाते हैं. But I understand your situation, Rishabh. Sometimes we just cannot control our destiny. You had no choice. But I do have a choice, Rishabh. I'll always remain single and will always be here with you, for you. You can come over whenever you want to. And please, Rishabh, sometimes do come over to be with me. I won't be able to live without you, Rishabh. I can't. I just can't. Rishabh would make excuses to visit the city and be with Meena. The family's business was to collect high-quality potatoes from the village farmers and supply to a couple of MNCs nearby. Rishabh was educated and smart and diversified the business into supply of other materials as well. As money began to pump in, the family became happy and loosened its grip on him. Thus, Rishabh could visit Meena much oftener. Meena went through bouts of depression, anger, guilt, and acute loneliness. She tried her best to remain occupied in work, but she failed to deal with the terrible loneliness and the fact that she cannot claim Rishabh as hers anymore. It was in sheer frustration that she consumed an overdose of sleeping pills. Back home, Rishabh had finally agreed to Shashi's demand to go on a small pilgrimage to a temple in the hills. Rishabh knew that Shashi was desperately trying to win him over. 3 years of marriage had not yielded any child, and typically the village people had begun to blame her. He did feel sorry for Shashi and had therefore agreed for this trip. But then suddenly he got to know about Meena's suicide attempt. As he sat down in the hospital's cafeteria, Rishabh felt like crying out loudly. He realized that he belonged to no one. He did not have a home to call his own. He shuttled almost like a vagabond, literally going around in circles with no peace anywhere. When with Meena, he worried about getting back home, as eyebrows would be raised and tongues would get wagging. But when in the village, he saw his entire family and surroundings steeped in a regressive frame of mind, Rishabh felt alienated and left out. Rishabh felt crushed and claustrophobic amidst the large family. There was hardly any space to grow, to develop, to express his thoughts and opinions freely. The two worlds of Shashi and of Meena could neither converge nor even come close to each other. Balancing both of them was like walking on a tight rope. A pull on either side would disbalance the rope and bring all the three crashing down. As Rishabh sipped his coffee, he wondered how one life enveloped in one body will continue to be worlds apart.